What's up, everybody? This is Peter again for Sports Hot Rumors and Debates. How are you guys? Listen, usually I'll talk about the Cardinals or, football and everything, but today is one of the most important days, definitely for me. But if anybody knows me, I am the biggest, out of all my sports, I am the biggest Diamondback fan. I am one of the biggest Diamondback fans in baseball. I'm from New York City, and I picked them when Joe Carter was my favorite player as a kid, obviously, right? And then I had to pick a team when Joe Carter was retiring because I was just with Joe Carter, and the Diamondbacks came into the organization, and I picked the Diamondbacks because they were brand new, and I remember them being like 40 something games out in '98, and they made they cut it to like 30 something at the end or something like that. But I was looking at them, I liked them, they were new, I liked their color, I liked Showalter, so I picked them because they were brand new, and I am loyal to a fault. I didn't expect 1999 to that stuff with Todd Pratt to happen. I didn't expect them to win so quickly, even though the Mets beat them, they did great. And then 2001, and if I hate the Yankees, so that was a crazy time. I was going crazy in my house. So the Diamondbacks I've been to games. I've been in Arizona. Like I got on TV with Darren Sutton. I put this big sign. I am a huge Diamondback fan. Anyway, this game today. Now look, Arizona Diamondbacks. I knew they were going to be good this year. You knew they were going to be better. Did I think they were going to go this way? No, absolutely not. I had no clue they were going to make it this far. I did think they were going to make the playoffs, but I didn't think they were going to make it this far. I was not the when Torrey signed as a coach, I was a fan of him. I think he's a great person. He's good with the players. This year, I thought he needed to go because he was making bad moves. But the main key here is Gabriel Moreno. Moreno is such a amazing player. He changed the whole team, and I wrote it on Twitter a million times. I've said it a bunch of times. Like when this guy goes down, you notice when he went down with an injury and Kelly came back, that's when the Diamondbacks went on this horrible, horrible losing streak. They were terrible, right? That's when everybody was like, fire Torrey, and this is it. It was Moreno who changed this team. He comes back. There's no coincidence that we went on a big winning streak. We were clutch. And then look at this. He's just an amazing. He catches the ball so well. He frames it so well. He's a really good. He's Yadi Molina. Okay, obviously there's so many years to go, but that's who I would compare him to with the way he acts. He doesn't need to hit bombs. Great player. So I have friends in Philadelphia. I hate Philly fans. They're so obnoxious. But I think Philly, like they were the team I picked to go to the championship in the beginning of the year, because just the way they were last year, by signing Trey Turner, who's one of the best players ever, he is phenomenal. That just put them over the edge. So going into this thing, the last thing I thought was the Diamondbacks were gonna, sweep the Dodgers. When they were playing each other, I was just like, oh God, that's hopefully we make it close. But the Dodgers do what the Dodgers do and choke. So that was Christmas to us real Diamondback fans, So many people don't realize that, people think I'm not for people, when I say I'm a Diamondback fan, they're like, yeah, right. If you only knew all my, like, YouTube names and, my emails, some of these things that have dbacks all over it. So anyway, going into today, I think the Diamondbacks can make Philly a run for their money. The great thing about the playoffs in baseball is the Arizona Diamondbacks, anybody can upset anybody. Going into the playoffs, did anybody really think somebody was going to beat the Braves? Nobody thought that, right? The Braves looked like they were going to dominate everybody. That team just looked unstoppable, and look what happened. Philly dominated them, and if it wasn't for an amazing catch by Michael Harris, that easily could have been a sweep. So this is where Philly is hitting on all cylinders. They look fantastic. The Diamondbacks got away with some things because the Dodgers was just not hitting. There was very hittable pitches. That's not going to happen with Turner and Harper and Schwarber. These guys, Castellanos, Baum, they're not going to miss those pitches. So the Diamondbacks are going to have to take it to the next level. The great thing is I think they can. I want to see it a good series. I'll be shocked. I really would be surprised if we do pull it off. But the great thing is you never know. So I'm hoping the Diamondbacks pull this off. What needs to happen, and for all you D-backs fans, what needs to happen is we obviously need to split in Philadelphia, right? If we do this, it's going to be in 6 or 7 if we pull off this thing. It's Gallen and Kelly need to set the tone. We need to have that. The other thing is it's going to turn into a bullpen game pretty much in a couple of the games, right? It's going to be a bullpen game because both of these teams, we both have two really good pitchers, right? Gallen and Kelly versus Wheeler and Nola. So after that, they got a few, good pitching, but so do we. Our bullpen has been a lot better, and this is where it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to clutch hits. Who gets the most, who gets the right calls. This is where Moreno is so important, stealing strikes on the road, doing all these things. It's going to be closer than people think. If the Diamondbacks pull off one game, then Philadelphia is going to see that we're for real, right? We have to set the tone today. We have to show that we're not scared of them. We have to show that we mean business. And I'm telling you right now, we did it in Milwaukee, which was good, but Milwaukee to me wasn't that great of a team. But to go into LA where we really struggled to just dominate the shit out of them, which was fucking awesome, right? So to go into Philly, if you remember, I don't know if anybody remembers this, I don't know if anybody remembers the season, but we absolutely played them so well, and there was a lot of fights. There was a lot of problems we don't like each other. The Diamondbacks and Phillies do not like each other. So if the Diamondbacks, if it wasn't for a bullpen blown, we really played Philly well. That's when Turner hit the home run. We did very well. So the Diamondbacks will play this team well. We just have to. Everything gets erased from what happened before. Everyone's batting 0 right now, starting today. So let's hope this works out for us. And if we somehow can go to the World Series, man, that would be unbelievable. I remember 2001 like it was yesterday. The Diamondbacks, they've had their horrible years, but every few years sometimes they throw out a great team. But this D-backs team with Moreno and Carroll, Marte, Marte lost weight, he looks great. It shows you how important with Gallen leading and Kelly. The other thing is, at the very least, let's say we do lose, the Diamondbacks will buy a few more players now. This is the other thing I don't like about Philly and teams like Yankees and stuff. I hate when teams talk shit when they spend 253. Look at the Mets this year. They spend this 300-something million. Look what happened to them. I hate when you buy your teams. This is why that never works, right? Tell me teams that you see buy. This is why Houston wins there. A lot of homegrown players. You can't buy your team. It'll get you somewhere sometimes, but you're never gonna buy a championship. Never works. Didn't work for the Yankees after the Diamondbacks beat them. They tried to buy players like Giambi, and it doesn't work. You cannot do it. Okay? Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Talk soon.